Welcome back to the shipyard. Today we are taking a look at the USS Pasteur, but don't let the name fool you, the Pasteur is actually Mirror. And that is because the Pasteur was seen in All Good Things and is considered an alternate universe ship because it was out of time. So the Pasteur came out in Wave 16 on July 1st of 2015. It has stats of 1154, which makes it incredibly weak as a combat vessel, but makes it highly durable and fairly cheap, so it plays an interesting role in the game. It has no target lock as an action, but it gets evade, scan, battle station. It gives you 2 tech slots, 2 crew slots, so it's pretty interesting from that standpoint. The named ability is after you perform a maneuver with a speed of 5 or greater, you may immediately perform an evade action as a free action. The only move you're going to be doing a free action after is a 5 straight, because though you have a 6 straight on your dial, it is red, and you would immediately get an auxiliary power token. So, unless the card actually supersedes the placement of the auxiliary power, in which case I'm happily wrong, but yeah, we'll go with you're under auxiliary power and no evade for you. Now, the ship does have a 90 forward firing arc, no rear arc. One trick you can do, if you're playing cross-faction, is you can put Sakona on this for a crew slot. You could put Picard 9 on this, and he would let you target lock, and then you can run a set of torpedoes, quantum torpedoes even, just for kicks. And then you can have a Pasteur that target locks and fires quantum torpedoes. You could also run Federation quantum torpedoes and take the time token version, and that could work out quite nicely for you. Just a random thought. If you're really looking to make this thing actually attack worth anything, say you had to take it for a mission, or somebody says, hey, you should run the Pasteur. Again, random things to actually think about. For the generic, you lose a shield, you lose a crew slot, you save 2 points. The generic Pasteur, the Olympic class, isn't bad at all. I've actually run that in a tournament, and though it did not fly very well, it was a tournament all about maneuvering, the ship does not turn at all. I was not disappointed with the Statline. It did its job as a support vessel, and as long as you're okay having a ship that plays a role, then this is a ship to actually look at. So just know your audience, know what you're building for, and don't expect too much from it. We get William T. Riker as an admiral and a captain. For a fleet action or an action, you can place a scan token beside your ship. You may then perform 1 action from your upgrade bar as a free action. Now, there has been errata, and he now says place a scan token beside your ship. You may then perform 1 action from your action bar as a free action, which makes him make a lot more sense than he did before. He works well. He gives you a scan as a placement, and then he lets you do something else. So, I'm all for it. For captains, we get Skill 6 Worf with a talent slot, 4 points, action, roll +1 attack die and +1 defense die this round, place an auxiliary power token beside your ship. I love this card. I think it works brilliantly with the ISS Avenger, who gets 2 attack dice and gets 2 more if you have an auxiliary power token. So now, the Avenger, if you Worf every round, is rolling 5 attack dice and 3 evade die. Yeah, you're not getting any quality, but maybe you can sneak in a friendly Martok to let it do battle stations first, and then Worf. Just a thought. It's out there. But this is a card that really helps out a lot of ships. And +1/+1 in an Ox power, it's not that bad. You do a lot of green maneuvers anyways. Good captain. The other captain is Beverly Crusher, skill 5, 1 talent. If you performed a green maneuver this round, each time you defend this round, you may convert 1 of your battle station results into an evade. Passive ability, pretty cool. My only nitpick, she's not Beverly Picard, but that's for naming sake and unique sake. It's a decent ability. You're going to do a lot of green maneuvers. Getting a conversion into an evade is a nice thing. My first instinct says put her on a cloaking ship, which we have several in Mirror Universe now. We have the Terex and the Tokat. And she'll work. She'll give them better quality when they defend. And that's always a good thing. So I think we got 3 useful captains / an admiral in this pack. And that's what you're looking to buy it for already. Our elite talents are Yellow Alert, 2 points. At the start of the combat phase, before any attacks are made, you may discard this card. If you do so, place either 1 evade or 1 battle station token beside your ship, even if there is already one there. Pretty useful card, pretty straightforward card. 2 points, kind of what's not to like. I mean, it's straightforward, it does something useful, it's going to help you out no matter what happens. You can use it on offense or defense, so it's flexibility. Great card in my book. The other talent is Starfleet Intelligence, 3 points. When defending during the modified defense dice step, you may discard this card to reroll any number of your defense dice, or when attacking during the modified attack dice step, you may discard it to reroll any number of your attack dice. Again, brilliant card, flexibility, saves you from that terrible roll, which, as we've seen from my reinforcement tournament videos, they happen, and you know that they happen to you, either for you or against you. This card helps. It protects against those terrible rolls. So this is something to at least consider. Alright, our crew, Alyssa Ogawa. 2 points, action, remove 1 disabled upgrade token from one of your tech or crew upgrades, and then perform a scan or evade action as a free action. So she is an action to do 2 things, granted as long as you meet the requirements, but again, you're getting twice the efficiency, and that is a worthwhile action for 2 points. Like, I love that as an action. This is something that I will actually take if I'm working with disabled tech and crew. My builds don't always feature those things, so Ogawa isn't an auto include, but she is going to be one of those utility cards that I'm like, okay, I need to make it work, so I gotta find a spot for Ogawa. And she's great flexibility. I love that. Now Chilton is the other crew, 3 points. When defending during the deal damage step, after your ship suffers at least 1 damage, you may discard this card to immediately perform an additional green maneuver. Now, the downside is that damage has to be to your hull, which means you're already in kind of a bad spot. But if you put this on, say, an Avenger, and you have no shields, then this is something where you kind of go, okay, I'll make it work. And getting an extra green maneuver to get out of a bad position, it could help you out. It's one-time use, and I wish that she would let you keep on going, but this card is thematic, and maybe that's what's more important. Again, I think she's more mission viable than tournament viable, but there might be some tournaments where I go, you know what? I want to try something silly. I want to try something that's maybe a little wacky, different, that still might be competitive, because I think she's on that verge, and I think that something could work here. Alright, our tech, we got 2. First one is Inverse Tachyon Pulse. When you initiate an attack, while there is a scan token beside your ship, you may disable this card. If you do so, the defending ship rolls -1 defense die against that attack. No ship may be equipped with more than 1 Inverse Tachyon Pulse upgrade. So this is how you make your scan do more. And this is a great combination with Alyssa Ogawa. Right? You can re-enable this card, do a free scan, and now you've got -2 defense dice every single time you attack. And that's going to add up. You're going to be more efficient with whatever you're shooting with, and that is a great thing. Yeah, it's a neat little 4-point combo, but 4 points to essentially double scan? I'll take it. And our last tech, and last card in this pack, is Impulse Drive. During the activation phase, if you reveal a 1, 2, or 3 maneuver, straight or bank, before you move, you may disable this card. If you do so and the maneuver is a white maneuver, treat it as a green maneuver. If it is red, treat it as a white maneuver. Now, I don't know of any ship that has a 1, 2, or 3 red bank, or even a 1, 2, or 3 red straight, but I suppose the possibility exists, and this card's there. What this is more for is letting white maneuvers be green, and with auxiliary power becoming a bigger issue in the game, in terms of a means of messing with your opponent's plans, this is a better way of clearing auxiliary power and being less predictable with your maneuvers. So, impulse drive, maybe a little pricey, but I love the flexibility that it provides, and I think that you'd do well to at least consider it before dismissing it out of hand. Overall, the Pasteur, you're buying this pack because every card that comes with it, except the ship, has a potential place in tournament play. And that's a bold statement to make, but I really, truly feel like that's the case. I think that all 3 captains are playable. I think that Alyssa Ogawa, Starfleet Intelligence, Yellow Alert, Inverse Tachyon Pulse are 4 cards that I could put on a build right now and be good. Impulse Drive needs some work in terms of I need to maybe have the right situation for it. And no Chilton, again, I need to have the right situation for it. But I'm okay with having 2 cards that need to be situationally useful. The only thing I don't like is the ship. And if all these cards come on any other ship, it's probably hands down a absolute top expansion. But as it is, this is still one of the top 20 retail releases in the game because of the number of game-changing upgrades. If you play Mirror or you play Mixed, you need this expansion. And I am not just trying to sell it, I am trying to tell you that you want it for what is in this game. I don't know what more I can say about this. I think that it's all really cool. I think that you need to go experiment with it and see what's out there for you. And if you do, let me know in the comments what you like best about the Pasteur and how you intend to utilize it. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it. And until next time, we'll see you around the shipyard. Take care.